Did you know that La Befana, the kindly old witch who delivers gifts to Italian children on Epiphany Eve, harbors a secret, a truth so chilling it would shatter the festive cheer like brittle glass ornaments dropped on a stone floor? Her benevolent image, woven from generations of whispered tales and sugary treats, is a carefully constructed facade, a mask hiding a past steeped in unimaginable sorrow and fueled by a vengeance as cold as the January winds. The true story of La Befana begins not with a twinkling of magic, but with the gut-wrenching cries of a mother robbed of her only child. Long before she became the soot-smudged, shawl-clad figure we know, she was a woman named Amelia. A simple woman, her life revolved around the sun-kissed vineyards and the gurgling laughter of her infant son, Nicolo. He was the center of her universe, a radiant star in her otherwise ordinary existence. Then came the star of Bethlehem, blazing across the night sky, heralding the birth of the Christ child. Whispers of three wise men, guided by this celestial beacon, reached Amelia's ears. Consumed by a mother's innate curiosity and a flicker of hope for blessings for her own precious child, she waited by the roadside, hoping to catch a glimpse of the majestic procession. She dreamt of presenting Nicolo to these holy men, of receiving a blessing, a touch of the divine upon his tiny forehead. The Magi did arrive, their camels laden with gifts fit for a king. Amelia, clutching Nicolo close, approached them, her heart brimming with a mixture of awe and maternal pride. She begged them to bless her son, to share a sliver of the miracle they were journeying towards. But the Magi, focused on their sacred mission, dismissed her. Their eyes, fixed on the star, saw neither the pleading mother nor the innocent child. They swept past her, leaving Amelia shrouded in dust and despair. The rejection, seemingly small, fractured something within Amelia. A seed of resentment began to germinate, nourished by her grief and the growing realization of the world's indifference to her small, precious joy. When Nicolo, weakened by a winter fever, died soon after, the seed blossomed into a thorny vine of bitterness, strangling her heart and twisting her soul. Driven by an agonizing blend of grief and the burning injustice of her loss, Amelia embarked on a desperate search for the Christ child. She reasoned that if the Magi could find him, so could she. She abandoned her home, her vineyards, her former life, becoming a wandering phantom, driven by an obsession that bordered on madness. She questioned every traveler, searched every village, haunted by the ghost of Nicolo's laughter and the heavy weight of her unanswered prayers. Years blurred into decades. Amelia, once a vibrant young woman, became weathered and stooped, her youthful beauty replaced by a mask of grief and determination. Her clothes became tattered, her hair streaked with gray, and her once bright eyes now held a chilling, unsettling gleam. She became known as La Befana, a name whispered in hushed tones, a figure of both pity and fear. She eventually found the stable where Jesus lay, but it was too late. The Holy Family had fled, escaping Herod's wrath. The emptiness of the stable mirrored the hollowness in her own heart. Her search, her obsession, had led her to nothing. The star, which had once kindled a spark of hope, now mocked her with its distant, unattainable glow. Overcome by the finality of her loss, a chilling transformation took place. The lingering embers of maternal love, banked down by years of grief and resentment, ignited into a twisted, consuming flame. She decided, in her warped reasoning, that if she couldn't find the Christ child, she would find other children. She would bestow upon them the gifts she never could give Nicolo, but with a cruel twist. She would judge them, scrutinizing their behavior, rewarding the good children and punishing the bad. This act, born out of her own shattered heart, became her ritual, her penance, her revenge against a world that had taken everything from her. The gifts she delivered were not given out of kindness, but out of a twisted desire to control, to play the role of a divine arbiter, a role denied to her when she pleaded for her own son. So, every Epiphany Eve, La Befana flies on her broomstick, not with the jovial spirit of a gift giver, but with the restless ghost of a grieving mother. Behind her sooty smile and twinkling eyes lies the chilling truth. A woman forever haunted by the loss of her child, forever seeking solace in a ritual born of sorrow and a thirst for a justice that will forever remain out of reach. The sweets she delivers are laced with the bitter tang of her unending grief, and the coal she leaves behind is a chilling reminder of the cold, empty space where her heart used to beat. This, my friends, is the true, shocking story of La Befana.